You see, the way he started that, like he was the quintessential Lagos playboy. Like when he came out, like this is the lover boy. You know, okay, we see that part. They just came out. It was like, oh, we just say, man, this guy bad.
They were the
guy.
ones that invented Yoruba demons.
I'm telling you, he go take all our babes everywhere. You know. Our final guest is in the house, the one and only Seyi Sodimu. It is great to have you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
And,
I know. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, the song "Love Me Jeje" has traversed various from one generation to the next, and it is still evergreen. It's still timeless. And then we had Tems who came and sort of, you know, gave it that modern feel, that Afrobeat feel.
Yes.
You know, talk to us about how that happened. I mean, you know, I would say collaboration. It wasn't a collaboration, but you know,
it was
Tems,
a remake of some sort.
remake of the song.
Yes.
How did it happen? Talk to us about how that collaboration happened.
I was always a big fan of Tems.
Okay.
Even before the remake. It just happened with a phone call, really. Actually, I got an email from RCA Records. Okay. And unfortunately, the email went to my junk mail.
Wow.
So I didn't respond. So I got a call from one of the managers. I think it was Muyiwa. No, it was Wale Davis. So he called me. Somebody called me that they were trying to reach me, and then the phone call came. And I've always been a fan, like I said, and they sent me the song, wanted me to hear it and then get a clearance and get the paperwork so we can get the clearance. So it happened really quickly. And like I said, being Tems, I was happy that she was doing it. Good. And then the song sounded good to me at that time, and I knew it was going to be big.
All right.
I knew it.
And it was.
In issues like this, with songs like this, are there any sort of royalties that are accrued to the original songwriter?
Yes. Any what?
In the sort of royalties or anything that accrues to the original songwriter?
Yes, because obviously I get a percentage of the song, of Tems' version.
Is it just once, or it's
the song is
okay.
I co-own because of the writing.
Okay.
You know, because I wrote the song and she used it as a song title.
Yeah.
So I own "Love Me Jeje," that phrase, because I created it with English and Yoruba.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, so it's something that I created, and definitely.
You know, let's talk about the original masterpiece, which was part of your Born in Africa album and all of that.
Yes.
You know. How did it come together? How did you put Shafi in all of that? How did the original song come together?
Okay, so when I was doing this, I was in the US. I was still in college, early in college. And I came to Nigeria, and I realized that the music in Nigeria then was Shina Peters, a lot of Lagbaja, Daddy Shoki, you know, things like that, Felix and, you know, Pretty. But there was really no music that was representing the way Nigerians, the way we talk. We mixed English and Yoruba. So it was something I wanted to do to kind of express ourselves, and then being in the US.
This swag was too much. This swag is too much.
We're watching the video.
I mean, you killed it there. It was different.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it was the way you would move, because a lot of other artists sort of picked from that move.
Right.
And you would see them; they would do it in their music videos. And
well, let's go with that story. Let's go with that story.
Yeah.
So I wanted to represent. So I think honestly, it was because I don't want to say I created the Yoruba and English version. No, Nigerians were always doing that.
Right.
But I wanted to put it in a song to represent us. So if you listen to the verses, you see the way, you know, beautiful girl,
You know me.
Beautiful girl, come make we talk, I pick you. That's the way we talk.
Yeah.
That's the way we vibe. You know, it's just, and I also wanted to kill it. So when Shafi was my cousin, he's my cousin. And so we were in the US, and she was in school as well. So I was like, okay, I wanted an American to sing the verse before I knew she could sing Shafi.
Oh, okay.
And then they were saying my name wrong, and they were saying "Love Me Jeje." I'm like, that's not gonna work. So my brother told me Shafi could really sing, and then we got her in the studio and she killed it. And then the video, she became a star.
She was an
instant star.
Still a sis. She's
Star
still a
was
star
born.
now.
The star was born.
Shout out to
did it.
Shafi Bello.
Wonderful. We'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. But let's talk about Sunday. Sunday is Father's Day.
Yes.
And you do have something coming up.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yes. I had this idea a couple of years ago, but I always delayed it. So this year I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it, because, you know, if God puts something in your heart and you don't do it, God will put somebody else to do it. I believe in this society, not just Nigeria, just the world, you know, men and fathers especially, we do so much, and I don't want to say, but we get overlooked, not intentionally, but because of the nature of what it is.
Right.
I think we have two Mother's Day, American one, and
then the Catholic one as well.
Exactly.
There's a Modern Sunday, then there's
we take
Mother's
the UK
Day.
own, Irish own,
yeah, then
US
there's
own.
International Women's Day.
And then there's International Women's Month and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Father's Day comes and everybody's like, who died? You know, nothing. So I've decided, like, okay, I'm going to unapologetically celebrate men and fathers. Because I'm a father, I have a daughter, and I have a son. And I believe, like, no, men, we go through a lot, we don't talk. So I've decided to take my own, put my money where my mouth is to do at Murio Kuala Park this Sunday.
Whoa.
So we're going to have music, we're going to have DJs, we're going to have food vendors, we're going to have free food, games, we're going to have some doctors come in to kind of like, because we, you know, men, we don't talk.
We don't, and you don't pay attention to your health as well.
Exactly. So we have some doctors that can be around and just you can talk to them and just have fun.
Wow.
Celebrate men. We're celebrating fathers.
You said free food.
Well, free food for some people.
Okay,
you know, I think the first 100
people.
Yeah, they're coming. Yeah.
That's massive.
This is
That's massive.
This is
That's
massive. I said it's massive.
It is now. Only first 100 people.
Yes.
I didn't get to write list. I can double my name.
No, all they have to do is register. Register at the gate.
Okay.
Can go
So because I know some people that can be planning to register with two you know, when it comes to food.
Mike is letting you know.
Lovely.
That's why we celebrate him.
Tell us
This
the
is
details.
Mental Health Awareness Month, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on, men's mental health? Let's focus now on the mental health of men. According to reports, there's been an increase in suicide rates, especially with men.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of men also share instances of, just being with a friend today and then, he slumps and he's no more.
Yeah.
And you talked about men not opening up and talking about this situation. What do you think needs to change? What do you think needs to be done to sort of, rein in on, men's state of their mental health? What do they need to do?
I think communication is key first. We have to do that first. And events like this as well, where we can go out and talk and just network, find out about our problems and just try and, add value to our lives.
Right.
I had an event, Grown and Sexy, with Joe. With Grown and Sexy, myself, LD, Star Plus, and Echo Hotel. And my DJ, XG, God rest his soul, was my DJ. So he DJ'd for me. And I put him in a hotel. After he finished, he called me the next day and said, "Baba, thank you for the opportunity. I'll see you around." And a couple of hours later, I heard he killed himself.
What?
Yes. He poisoned himself. He said he had issues with his wife or something. And that just broke me. This is something I just shook hands with after the show, and I thanked him because he performed. People know that DJ XG, he killed himself. So now, to go back to your question, I think communication. We need to talk to men. We need to open up. Men don't open up because sometimes you open up, they say, be a man. Aren't you a man? But see, we go through emotions as well. We suffer, everything we have is valid. But there's only one way you have to communicate and find a solution to it. If you don't talk to it, how do you get a solution? So that's why events like this this is just the first of it. And a lot of people have said, well, how are you going to pull it off? I don't know what's going to happen. I want to make it a yearly thing, but at least let me take the first step.
The first step.
To celebrate, have fun, network, enjoy. And if Father's Day comes, people it's just another day.
Right.
And I want to change that narrative. And that's why I think that with the mental health issue will change. People will come out and at least start the dialogue, start the communication of men's health, men's well-being, and men's,
men just having fun.
Exactly. Celebration.
Right.
Wow. I'm looking forward to that one. This what you just said, I did not know that you'd have a situation so directly, so close to you.
So close to home.
When she mentioned and spoke about that, we should talk more. Like you said, if men would communicate even more.
If he had told me that he was going through it, I would have said, okay, stay in the hotel. What do you need me to do? You want to talk to a doctor?
Make you feel better.
But he just held everything. But he performed very well the previous day.
He performed well.
Oh my God, he killed the show.
Because it's the irony of it all is when it comes to professionalism, men know how to separate it. They try not to blur that line. They keep their professional life professional and they keep their personal life personal.
It's the hustle is real.
Because you're not emotional when it comes to when you have to do what you need to do. It's interesting, and I'm glad that you are doing this.
Yes.
Let's talk about when you came back into Nigeria. What made you come back here?
I guess because I was born here, I don't know, there's a spiritual connection for me.
Okay.
And my biggest fan base has always been in Nigeria. Right. I have a lot in the diaspora as well, but Nigerians always have this like love and appreciation for the fact that when I did my music, it was almost like our song.
Right.
You gave us a song, you know, so, and I also have, you know, family here as well, and I wanted to do my own part.
Okay.
So I moved back I'm back and forth, you know, because for somebody like me, you can't say I live in a certain, like, you know, you can't say Davido lives in Nigeria permanently. He's always on the go. So I'm here, I'm in Washington, and I decided to come back just for the fact that, you know, I was born here. I have friends and family here as well.
Okay, fantastic.
It is, you know, looking at the global, the way Afrobeat is now relevant globally. Did you ever think, when you started, when you were there, when you were putting up these shows and all these things, did you ever think that such a day would come like this, when we will be nominated for global awards, celebrated so much? People would think about, American artists would think about wanting to do collaborations with African artists. And all
I always knew it. Because even when I talk to my friends like Paul Dairo, LD, Style Plus, we always knew, because we have the talent. Talent has never been a question, from Fela to Shina Peters to Femi Kuti to Lagbaja. The talented people, multiple instruments we play. So talent was never the question. It was the fact of giving the opportunity and the platform. Nowadays, you have internet, you have the platform. If you release a song today, you can hear it in LA, in Nigeria, you know, so that is one of the added value to it. So I always knew it, and that's why we never gave up. We did it with passion because we knew the bigger picture. And even with kids now, like Rema and all of them, they're doing it because somebody's going to come after them that's going to take it to the next level. And that's the way it is. If you ask Rema, he's going to tell you that I'm just getting started. Or even Davido or Wizkid, they just somebody's going to come in. Look at when the band and what they did. Wizkid took it to the next level. And then Davido, Rema, Irish Star, Tems. So I always knew it would get there. It was just starting. You know, just starting and getting started, yes.
Thank you so much.
It's been such a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
it's
you
been a pleasure.
so much,
and, you know, want to give you your flowers, being there, one of the OGs that have done it.
Yes.
And I know you're happy seeing how everything is happening now.
Yes, I am.
But Sunday, we will be there.
Let me say real quick, I want to thank Lagos State government.
Okay.
They were the first to jump on this subdivision. Lagos State Culture and Tourism, they love the idea. Lagos State Lottery and Gaming, they love the idea. They're on board. They're going to be there. The whole idea is just to celebrate men and also make sure that fathers are giving their flowers as well. You know,
wonderful,
so I want to thank and Lord's Jean.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
I wish you'd have like flowers, like rose flowers at the entrance. So each man gets a flower.
I'm not taking flower. Don't give me flower.
Mike, you get a flower.
No, I'm not.
You get a flower.
We have something here for you if you don't mind. Well, let's head over to the kitchen for our breakfast. Maybe we can take a look at it if you don't mind.
Okay.
Send it away to a man's house.
And then we'll see you do that.
Like
Please.